Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. Today, I am back with a new story. The name of the story is "What If Naruto Was Betrayed, Son of Athena?" And yes, it is a Naruto X Percy Jackson crossover, but it is a dark one. So yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Bolo Uchiha channel as well. And moving onwards, this is a little bit darkish story, so disclaimer. And one more thing, I really need ideas and suggestions, so please go ham in the comment section. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, many years after the events of the Otsutsuki clan, as we go towards a home where we see an old man seated all on his own. It was a small hut on top of, well, a hill in a forest. And inside we can see a wrinkly face of old Naruto Uzumaki. His whisker marks have faded into thin lines, and his hair, which was blonde at one point, has gone from blonde to silver. His eyes, which were always full of life, were now, well, cold. He was living alone on his own, and the place he resided in was, at one point, the most prideful place he would come to in his childhood. Yes, this was the Hokage monument, and now it was destroyed, alongside the rest of the whole village and the shinobi nations. The fight between his children shook the whole elemental nation to the point that they destroyed everything. Boruto was able to free them, but Kawaki, in a fit of rage, destroyed everyone, while Boruto pushed his father away and took down Kawaki, and both of them died. Naruto had buried them both quite far away and used his clones to bury a lot of people. And now he was resentful, cold, and on his own. There was no longer Kurama with him or any other being. He has seen firsthand that these people would never learn. As suddenly we see Naruto's eyes close shut. He was waiting for his time, time that was never coming, until today. As his eyes closed shut, he was hoping to meet his family, but when he opened them, he was standing in front of a woman that resembled his mother. Kajan? Yes, it is me, Naruto. But my name is not Kushina. My real name is Athena. Kushina was just a fragment of my mind that I made into this world to make you born. Wait, what? As that is when Kushina transformed into Athena. My name is Athena, and I am goddess from another pantheon, especially the Greek one. And I hail as the goddess of war and wisdom. You are a tactful, well, child born to be my weapon against the Titans. I'm here to retrieve you, son. The Shintos agreed to this only because they needed a child of prophecy, and seeing that you will be efficient, I chose, well, to bore you and offer you to them, so that you can fulfill their prophecy, and after you're done with them, I will retrieve you back, once your life is fulfilled here. What? What do you mean? Said Naruto, looking a lot hurt that I was just some sort of an experiment. Logically speaking, yes. Look, you're already old enough. You don't need my coddling and anything. Kushina was just an imitation of mine. So you deceived me. In a sense, yes. But I am your real mother, and I know the real value of yours. Naruto was enraged. Listen, I don't know who you are, but my mother loved me. So leave me alone, lady. I do not care whoever you are, what goddess you are. I don't want you to tarnish the memory of my mother that I possess. I am your real mother. Kushina was never your mother. I was the one who gave birth to you. How did you exactly do that? Because I remember Kushina giving birth to me. Her being my mother. Kushina was a fragment of my mind that I created. You see, I'm a virgin goddess who have vowed that I will never seek the company of a man. So I make an imitation of from my mind, and then that imitation mingles and bores a child. for me, similar to Kushina. As Naruto was taken aback by that, I would never do this. You have to, you have no other choice. The Shintos won't accept you, that was the end of the deal. Now your soul belongs to me. If you won't, then I will have no other choice but to do this to you. And so Naruto's memories were trapped. What are you doing? I'm using the Fuinar to seal away your memories. You will be raised from start, born there again, as an infant child, and will be raised in the Camp of Flood in the Long Island near New York State. What are you speaking about? You don't need to remember, Naruto. The past pain and burden and everything, it will be forgotten. And you will be my ultimate weapon against Titans. The war is coming up. The prophecy will begin in a few years. We have no time. I'm not gonna be your fighting tool. I never will be. I'll find a way, and once I do, you all will pay. I'll make sure that you don't. And so now we see Naruto's memories were sealed, and he was turned into an infant child. As now we go towards the Long Island where we see Chiron standing. Lady Athena. Is this? Yes. He is a child. Raise him well. He is, after all, the most gifted child of mine. My ultimate weapon against the Titans and the Romans. As now we see, Chiron looked quite frightened, but Lady Athena, what if nobody will find out? He will be the one to retrieve back the mark of Athena, and the Romans will pay. And so will the Titans. As with that, Athena left, and Chiron was left to raise the child in the Camp of Blood. As now we see time begin to pass by as Naruto was growing up in the Camp of Blood. He was, well, now quite different. Instead of blue eyes, they were silver now because of Athena's influence. And he had blonde hair and tan skin and still 3 whisker marks on each side of his face. And he was terrifyingly genius, much more than so Malcolm as well as Annabeth, a girl who has arrived in the camp soon after his arrival. Naruto was younger than Annabeth, but he was growing at a terrifying pace when it comes to mental strategies and battles. He was able to outwit even some of the hunters when they had captured the flag. But something was always nagging Naruto. Whenever he was in the presence of his mother and the other Olympians, while they praised him and somewhat tried to smite him because, well, he was too terrifying, well, that was used mostly, there was something nagging him in the back of the head. But Naruto never knew, until Naruto reached at the age of 13, and was seated inside his own cabin. When suddenly, while falling asleep while working on his laptop that was given to him as a gift from Athena, Naruto woke up in his mindscape. What is this place? Said a silver-eyed Naruto as he glanced in front of him in a room which was filled with quite complex seals and ruins. Naruto was able to decode them because he was a child, a dangerously brilliant prodigy of Athena, and break through it and enter to only find a similar person to his face. The only difference being the eyes color, chained heavily. Who are you? Silver eyes narrowed as the blue eyes in pain looked up. I am the real you. What? What do you mean? Come closer. I'll tell you everything. I am the part of life that has been stolen from you by your own mother. As Naruto, with silver eyes, was taken aback by this. What? No, my mother wouldn't do that to me. She says that I'm a prodigy's genius child of her, born to do quite greatness. She's using you as her weapon. Do you know who your other parent is, aside from her? As Silver Eyes narrowed, I have tried to ask multiple times, but no. My mother said, and Chiron said that the person, my father, he died. How? Do you know that? No. Free me, I will tell you, show you everything. Why should I trust you? Trust me, you will regret not doing this. And so, taking a risk, and for the first time in his life, Naruto betrays his mother's orders and was able to do something on his own free will. Doing so, the older Naruto, now resembling his younger form, with similar eyes, wearing an orange jumpsuit, stood in front of him, wearing a headband. What is that? I am a shinobi. Always have been. Once you connect with me, we will become a whole, and you will realize what truly happened. As now we see, Naruto, still with silver eyes, was taken aback and was hesitant, as suddenly a fist was brought in front of his face. Fist bump me. What? Just do it. And so he hesitantly did, and his eyes widened, because what he saw was his whole life play out in front of him. The people that he did not knew or ever have met. Jiraiya, Tsunade, Sasuke, Sakura, all of them came to his mind, and then his own wife Hinata, Boruto, Himawari, and Kawakiya. Every event played out his head until his meeting with his mother and him being trapped. As Naruto with a scream fell down to his hands and knees, panting heavily, while the other one began to disappear. You're whole now. You'll be able to do much better now, knowing the powers that you possess. And I'll be able to rest now, knowing I have laid out the truth to you. Wait, who are these people? Are these a genjutsu? You already know what a genjutsu is, right? You know yourself, Naruto. I won't lie to at least myself now, wouldn't I? As he gave one foxy grin that Naruto usually used to give before fading. As Naruto, with silver eyes, had a blue hue in them, and his eyes narrowed. Athena, you will pay for stealing everything from me. Now this was a cold-blooded Naruto, because Athena wanted him to be raised as such, a warrior. And so, Naruto, after waking up from this dream, was summoned and was given a coin by Athena and a task as a quest to go and retrieve her statue from the Roman in the new Rome Camp Jupiter. And so Naruto left, taking his laptop with him, but he disappeared. He never made it there. He faked his death. Only his bloody jacket was found by Annabeth and the others. Naruto didn't want it to be a part of this. Athena was quite furious now, as this was done. She was rubbing her temples. She was this close to getting her full strength and power back, and now it was taken. All because she has to lock away her child's powers and strength. The core strength that she had tricked the Shinto pantheon into teaching him about chakra and whatnot. Unbeknownst to her, Naruto was training somewhere far away, waiting for the right moment to strike. While Athena has become ruthless and has been sending her children to the quests. And one such was Annabeth, who almost came close to retrieving the statue, but it fell down alongside her. And she was rescued in the meantime by Percy and returned back to the camp. Now Annabeth was presented in front of the Olympians, and Zeus and the others were quite furious. Young child of Athena, why did you go to New Rome? My mother sent me there for a quest. I was to retrieve her statue that was stolen from her, and do you know that that quarrel has been decided and subsided by my husband, said Hera. Why would you lie? Athena, I did not do such a thing. I am disappointed in my daughter. As Annabeth was taken aback by that. But mother, you... Enough, child. Not only have you disrespected me, but blamed me for something you did on your own accord. Let me handle this punishment, father. It won't happen again. Make sure it doesn't, daughter. I trust you and your judgment. And with that, everyone left, leaving Athena with Annabeth. And Percy was also told to move far away. Why did you do this, mother? You were the one who told me to. It was a tactical retreat for the time being, child. I had to do this. I had to. Otherwise, there would have been a lot more headache for me. But you threw me under the bus. I thought you... What, loved you? Of course I do. I love genius minds, but you have made a mistake, daughter, and I'm honestly disappointed. Then again, you're not Naruto. Naruto died doing this quest that I almost doing succeeded. You always compare us to him. Why is he so special? Because he is something that you all never could be. As Annabeth was taken aback. Now leave. Let me handle this. And so Annabeth left, as she was crying, all the way back to Percy. What happened, Annabeth? Nothing, Percy, let's just go. And so they arrived back to the Half-Blood Hill, and Annabeth locked herself into her cabin for a long time. All the while, her mother then sent in a few gifts to, well, appease her. But Annabeth, she now saw the true reality of Athena and who she was, and didn't want anything to do with her. All the while, Naruto was witnessing this from afar, in the form of a snake that he has left into the, well, Half-Blood Hill alongside a toad to monitor. And suddenly the toad arrived inside the cabin of Poseidon, as he took form of Naruto. As Percy was there, quite deep in thought. Hello, Percy. No, Naruto. You're Naruto, right? Yes. What happened with Annabeth? I was told that she has gone on a quest and just returned. But you died, didn't you? No. If you keep this a secret, then I will tell you where I am. I... As Percy revealed everything what has happened, because honestly he too was pissed with Athena at what has happened. I see. Thank you, Percy Jackson. I must go to war with her now. What? But why? Why would you go against the war with gods? No, not with gods. But with her and Manivera. Her Roman aspect. Why? They need to be erased. She needs to be brought into the state where she, for the first time, feels vulnerable. You want to know what she does to me? As Percy gulped. What? Annabeth has suffered, yes, but what she has suffered is nothing compared to mine suffering. As he brought out his fist bump me, Percy, you will realize. As so Percy did, and he saw throughout the whole life of Naruto, and then... So you were trapped? Yes. I was her weapon, an experiment, or supposed to be. She's gonna get, well, suspicious if I linger here too long. But know this, tell Annabeth and the others to keep quiet. Athena will soon know her place, and her arrogance will be the part of her downfall. She will pay. Wait, but what about the others? I don't care. If they want to come after me, they can, but they will pay too as well. I won't stop. Then that put me against you. Look, Percy. Demigods has suffered a lot of things. My sister has suffered a lot. You have suffered a lot for your father's sake, but your father at least showed it to you. He showed compassion, love, adoration. He cares about you, not like Athena, who only thinks that a child should be intelligent and nothing else. She thinks of her children as pawns. Zeus cares about his children as well, somewhat. Same could be said for Apollo and Hermes and many others. But she is a cold-blooded woman who needs to be brought down to her knees. And that is what I'm aiming to do. I won't be able to stop you even if I wanted to know, right? No, you won't be. As Percy then said, then I won't speak. As Naruto was taken aback by that, what? But why? Annabeth is someone I care about, and she has hurted Annabeth. I've never seen her so broken. Like she's alone, all on her own. It pisses me off what Athena did. Annabeth was so happy when she got the point. She wanted to prove to everyone that she was smarter than you. Classic Annabeth, said Naruto. But Athena, when she almost was close to succeeding and almost died doing so, if it wasn't for me swooping in and saving her, threw her under the bus. And I blamed everything on Annabeth. As Naruto scowled and said, I know. Just keep quiet, Percy. Leave everything to me. My only target is Athena, and only her. She will pay. And with that, Naruto left. And so, Naruto arriving back, then began to use his laptop, with cracking his neck, tracking down each and every artifact that belonged to Athena, each and every statue. And then he did something quite disturbing. He accessed, while hacking into the US nuclear bases and getting all the nuclear codes and aimed each and every nuke that the USA possessed at all those statues in Greece, Rome, and even in USA. As suddenly everything exploded. The radiation was spread out everywhere. People had to evacuate, and Athena's influence and memory, as well as her relevance, began to fade. People begin to curse her because someone has targeted her, and because of her statue being there, their life also have been affected. There were less casualties, but Athena's most prized statues and the memories in the world have been beginning to fade, and Athena's power was weakening to the dangerous point. As a meeting was being held in in Roman Olympian side as well as the Greek side, as all the two pantheons have come together because Minerva was also suffering like Athena was. We need to discuss this. Whoever has done this needs to be found and made sure that he pays. As Jupiter said this, Zeus nodded. Of course we will find out. And once we do, we will smite him in the place. My influence, everything, it's fading. My power is weakening, and so is my life force. As Apollo then said, I can't do anything. No matter how much I try to heal or appease her pain, it won't go away. Whoever has done this is sick to the core. And so, something much more terrifying happened. All the statues and offerings that have been made in Athena's own temple alongside Camp Poplar Hill, as well as Minerva's things on Roman side and on Camp Jupiter, all were taken and destroyed. No, as she screamed in agony and pain, and dashed away from there to her temple, as both Minerva as well as Athena found only one thing. Symbol of Konoha had been drawn there, and Athena immediately gasped as her eyes widened in fear. No, 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 impossible! I sealed away his memories. What do you mean, daughter? Said Zeus as he arrived there. What did you do? I will explain everything, but we need to find him before he makes me fade. He's my son, Naruto, remember? The one who died? Yes, he's the one who's behind this. But why would he do this? Wasn't he your prodigy's child? Wasn't he someone who you were protecting? Yes, but there is something you're not telling us, sister, said Artemis. And everyone began to corner her. Same could be said for Minerva, and both were then forced to reveal the whole truth. And once they found out what Athena has done and Minerva has done, they were pissed. And Zeus was shaking with rage. You took away everything from a child of yours. Stripped him of his own memory. He didn't even belong to in this pantheon. He did not want it to help you. He said so himself. He belonged to the Shintos, and you brought him here, made him raised here, and then you wanted to use him as a weapon. Something says that he was not only supposed for the Titans, but for something else entirely, daughter. As Zeus with a heavy heart then said, we will not hunt him down. But father, I will. This is something you need to handle on your own. He has no quarrel with us. He has made that evident. He's only targeting you because you have taken something from him. I am not only the king of gods, I am also king of justice. And this is justice coming at you, Athena. As much as it hurts me to do this to one of my own kids, but I have no other choice. Because you, in your arrogance, have destroyed a lot of lives. If I find out that you have done more wrongdoings, Athena, then I will smite you myself and make you fade. As everyone began to leave, except for Artemis, who remained there. Artemis, please, don't touch me, she said with a scowl. How could you be so cruel? He already suffered enough. But you don't care about males. Why do you care? I may not care about males, but I care about those who are kind-hearted. He was a broken-hearted man who was resting after his dying moments, and you brought him here. You brought his soul here. You went over behind our backs and made a deal with the Shintos. This is unforgivable. I will not hunt him down. I swear on River Styx, no matter how much you back me. You're on your own on this, sister. And with that, Artemis left. And so now we see, back in Athena's cabin, Athena arrived on herself and tasked her children to go and hunt down Naruto, bring him. And Percy, seeing that Annabeth was going reluctantly alongside the others, then came near him, near them as Athena left. I know where he is. He told me to bring you there once everything is done. As Percy and Annabeth and the whole cabin once arrived there, they were shocked to find that the Roman pantheon was also there. Their demigods, led by, well, one Jason Grace himself, son of Zeus or Jupiter, was also there. Jason, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same, Percy. Did you? Yes, Naruto came to us. And so once entering, we see Naruto was seated there. Hello, everyone. I brought you all here for one reason. Look, I do not care about Greek or Shinto or Roman pantheon. All I care about is that you are all related to me and I'm related to all of you in one way or another. As everyone remains still, Athena and Minerva has done wrong with us. They have used us far too long for their own accord. The other gods, even if they have used us, have shown some sort of appreciation as well as some kindness to us or to their children. But us, children of Athena and Minerva, have always suffered because of their arrogance and their cold-heartedness. They have destroyed many lives, and I am one such victim as well. Jason and Percy can be the proof of that because I've shared my memories with them. As Annabeth then said, why did you have to go and fake your death? I did because I awoke in my memories. The memories that she held sealed away before I, well, was reborn into this world. What? As Naruto began to reveal the whole truth to them, all of them, and they were shocked and disgusted. I have lured you all here to keep you safe, because I will be summoning Athena on my own and fighting her, and you will be saved from her wrath. And I want you all to stand aside, because that woman is no mother of yours. She is, if anything, a dictator and a cold-blooded woman who is ready to sacrifice and throw her own children for her own gains. Isn't that right, Annabeth? As Annabeth flinched and looked down. Go on. We won't stop you, said Jason, as well as Percy. Jupiter has spoken. The Roman gods are forbidden to help out Minerva. I think the same could be said for the Greek part. I don't know about that. I haven't spoken to my father, but I think there is something going on around about that. Fine. And so, now we see Naruto then arrive to the opening field, far away from, well, all the civilization into a forest. And there he summoned Athena. As she arrived, combining her strength with Minerva, she had summoned her spear and her shield. As her helmet was on her face, you will pay for this, you insolent child. As Naruto then entered the sage mode and then said, no, you will. As Naruto dashed and charged over Singons, since Athena was woken, he was able to match her speed and agility, and was able to counter each and every form of her, even in her true form, as Athena was taking hits as cold blood was coming out of her mouth and whatnot. You have destroyed the memory of my mother. You destroyed my life, and now you are destroying the lives of your own kids. You are no mother of the children that you have sired. You are nothing more than cold-blooded bitch who needs to be put down. As Naruto brought her to her last dying breaths as she was on the ground, until a thunder boomed and Zeus stood nearby him. Stop this. At once, child. Lord Zeus, I have no quarrel with you. Neither the other Olympians. What I am doing is showing her true colors. I know, child. That is why you won't smite her. She has locked away your memories, from what I have heard from you and your siblings. Yes. You have suffered long enough. You have fulfilled the prophecy of your own world, and yet you were brought here after your death. Not allowed to be passed through when you wanted to do that. Yes. But I guess that worked out quite well, because I was able to take revenge on her for what she has done to me and my siblings. I beg of you, putting aside that she is your daughter, please consider that you are the king of gods and justice. We want justice, Lord Zeus. We want justice. And justice you will have, said Zeus as he gripped his lightning bolt. Athena, I strip your power and title as the goddess of wisdom and the goddess of war. You're nothing more than a minor goddess with no influence over your children, and no longer you are forbidden to sire the demigods. No, please don't do this. As the punishment was made, the same could be said for Jupiter. And you, young man, why should I not smite you? You were able to break down a god. You could be threatened. I, Naruto, Uzumaki, swear on River Styx that I will forever serve Lord Zeus for the justice that he has placed on this woman and on my siblings. As the thunder boomed, and if I don't, my heart will explode. As suddenly, a lightning struck by on Naruto's chest, but not in a hurtful way, but a seal was made. As Zeus was shocked, you willingly placed your life on the line. Yes, because I have no quarrel over you. Even if you have your own moments of dramatics and whatnot, with all due respect, sir. You have a good sense of justice, at least, and treat your people fairly and well. And that is why I will stand by your side, sire. Then you will take her place as the god of wisdom and of war. No, you can't do this to me. As Naruto was then given the spear of Athena and the shield, as well as her temple, and now he was the god of war and wisdom. Athena's titles, everything was stripped and given to Naruto. Both the Roman as well as the Greek pantheon had now a new god instead of a goddess. As with the swift of the mist, Zeus erased every effect as well as every essence of Athena being the one in the part of the wars that they have fought, and now it was Naruto in her place. You destroyed my legacy. You have weakened me. You pathetic child. I should have not chosen you. I brought you here to gain glory. No, you brought me here to be used as your weapon, which I denied. But you are serving him as his weapon. My father. Him? I'm not serving him as a weapon. I'm serving him as his general. And as his advisor. As Zeus nodded. I'm disappointed in you, Athena. Really disappointed. But I can't bring myself to kill you. This is a suitable punishment. You will be forgotten by everyone. Your achievements will be stripped away from you. Your godhood will be stripped away from you. You're nothing more than an immortal woman now. Forever forbidden to enter the Olympus. Father, no, please. Don't do this to me. Do not contact us, Athena. And suddenly, now we see Zeus left, and Naruto stood in front of her as she wailed. You brought this upon yourself. You were arrogant. I will be what you could have become, but you never could be. As after that, Naruto turned and walked where both Roman as well as Greek demigods were of Athena. You're no longer her children. You're my siblings and I claim you all as such. As Naruto then said, you're now forbidden to forever study 24/7. You do not need to prove anything to me. Just go out, find what you're passionate about, and live your lives to the fullest. And that is not an order, a request, said Naruto with a smile on his face, a rare one that he ever showed. And Annabeth dashed and gave Naruto a hug. Everything was taken from Athena as she got up. Annabeth, my daughter, please, you have to understand why I did this. You can't be okay with this, right? Everyone, you as well. As everyone looked at her with cold eyes, no, we're more than okay with this. And besides, we have our big brother who is a god of war and wisdom. We do not know you, lady, because you are in no history that I remember of as such. The mist might be working, isn't it, brother? Yes, of course, sister. And with that, Naruto snapped his fingers as all of them disappeared, as Athena fell down again, and cried to Olympus, but nothing came. She was forever banished there. As suddenly, the past came to haunt her. Arachne came, and so did Medusa. My oh my, what do we have here, Arachne? Retribution is time. And so, the past mistakes that she had made and forgotten about were now there to take their own revenge. Because Naruto was done, stripping her away from everything. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.